What's up, gamers? Hey, once again, thanks again for tuning in to the Gamer Rebirth DL channel. So today we're going to edit bubbles to include game images and launch PlayStation 1 games through the live area on PlayStation VITA 3.60. So what do we need? We will need a PSP game, demo or mini. We will need a PlayStation 1 game in EBOOT.PBP format, a PlayStation Vita with 3.60 and HENkaku installed, of course PSV Image Tools and QCMA, Notepad++ and SimplePBOOTCreator.exe file. When we move on to the installation, we're going to create a PSP game clone and a PBOOT with the creator tool. We're going to transfer the patched game with the PBOOT.PBP to the PlayStation Vita. We're also going to transfer the PlayStation 1 EBOOT.PBP games to the pspemu PSP game folder within the PlayStation Vita using Vita shell. We're going to edit tie config.txt. We're going to create a game ID text file and reload config.txt. So wait for the additional tips and example. As always, the links will be in the description. Remember to check my Twitter, guys. Enjoy, gamers. So we launch our PSV Image Tools. We select Easy Installers. We're going to clone a PSP game. We select Install and we choose our account. So in this case, I'm going to select my Alien Zombie Death. So I choose my game and then I'm going to clone my bubble. So we're going to rename it. I'm just going to put PSX Game 01. Remember, it has to be 8 characters and include some numbers. I'm just going to copy since I'm going to do some more clones for my other PlayStation 1 games. So there we have it. It's really simple, guys. So I'm just going to speed up the video so you can see that I repeat the process. And I just keep on renaming the game to 02, 03, 04 and 05. So there we have it, guys. We have cloned all our games we need. So now we're going to go get the file. Now we can get this at HackInformers. I'll go ahead and leave the link in the description. So SimplePBOOTCreator is pretty cool. So there's the link. So just go get it so we can go ahead and create our images for our game files. So we're going to go ahead and launch the SimplePBOOTCreator.exe. Once we launch it, we're going to name the bubble. I'm going to put Bloody Roar 2. So that's the name of the game. And then you're going to put your title ID, which is my first cloned game, which is PSX Game 01, depending on what game you're going to use. Also remember to get your image. So I went to Google and searched for that image, and then I just go ahead and input it in there, and that's all. You're going to go ahead and save. You can see that you can do a mini icon or stretch it out. And then we're going to go ahead and save the PBOOT.PBP. At first I had renamed the folder as Bloody Roar 2, but remember to make it easier to rename it as the clone game or the game ID. As you can see, I sped up the video for you guys. I'm doing my other PlayStation 1 games. It's really simple. You can see the time, not that much. Now that I have all my PBOOT.PBPs created, I'm going to connect my PlayStation Vita to the PC. And then I'm going to copy those PlayStation 1s to PSVIMU. We go to PSP. We go to the game folder. And then we're going to paste those PlayStation 1 games in there. Remember to include the EBOOT.PBPs. As you can see, I have my 5 PBOOT.PBPs. I had renamed the folders So I renamed the folders to make it easier for me instead of the name of the game. So I go to Windows C, Users, Game Over Birth DL. Now remember to select View Hidden Files or Hidden Items. We go to App Data, Roaming. We select PSV Image Tools Front End. We go to Easy Installers. And then we go to EmuBubble, Files, and we're going to paste our folders here with the PBOOT.PBP that we created with the Creator tool. Now that we have that in there, we're going to move on to the PSV Image Tools. We select Easy Installers. Then we're going to select EmuBubble, and we're going to select Install. Select our account. Now, as you can see, PSX game 01, 02, 03, 04, and 05. So I'm going to select the first one and then patch it with my first PBOOT.PBP. And then I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process for the rest of the games. So you can see it's really simple, guys. It shouldn't take that long. The most maybe it should take like around 15 minutes to do this. Now it depends if you want to get a little bit more techy on your images, then it might take longer. So remember to refresh QCMA. So you can see in my PlayStation Vita, I have my EBOOT.PBPs. Now these are the games that I'm going to use so that I can go ahead and execute it from the live area through my clones. So now we're going to edit Thai config text. So we use Notepad++. And then under the Adrenaline game, we're going to add our information. So I'm going to put a star, and then I'm going to put the game ID. So my first game ID, PSX game 01. PSX game 01. Then I'm going to copy the Adrenaline Booter and Adrenaline Booter Sub RX and Adrenaline. And I'm just going to paste, and I'm going to copy this information 5 times since I have 5 games, and then I'm just going to rename the last number. As you can see, it's really simple. Now we're ready with Thai HENkaku text, and we're going to go ahead and save. So we close that. Now we're going to create our game text file. So we go to our PlayStation Vita files, and we go to Adrenaline Booter, Bubbles database, and we launch our either Notepad++ or regular Notepad. So what we're going to go ahead and do is going to put the path so that our bubble in the live area or clone can know where to find the information. Remember to save it as the game ID, which is PSX game 01.text. I'm going to copy that information since I'm going to need it for other 4 more text files. Remember to include it in the Adrenaline Booter folder, Bubbles database, and then paste it in there. So now that I'm ready with that text file, just copy the path and then change the name, instead of Mega Man X6, I'm going to select my first PlayStation 1 game. So I go PSP, EMU, PSP game. So my first game is going to be Bloody Roar 2. You can either type it in or right click and rename, and then Control C, highlight that information, and then Control V, and then it'll paste that information. So save it. Since I have more games, I'm going to recreate it again. So I sped up the video for you guys so you guys can see it. So we're just going to go ahead and give it a moment. Just remember to include the name of the folder exactly how you have it in your PSP, EMU, PSP game folder, and create your game text ID. And also remember to refresh your QCMA database. So when we move on to the PlayStation Vita, we're going to go ahead and launch QCMA or Content Manager. Copy content. So we go to PC to the PlayStation Vita system, Applications, PSP Other. So you can see I have all my clones. So I'm going to copy all those games to my PlayStation Vita. So it's pretty exciting, guys. It's pretty cool. Just pimping out your PlayStation Vita. Alright, so let's see if those games actually work. So there we have our games: Metal Gear Solid, Bloody Roar 2, Mortal Kombat 4, Crash Bandicoot, and Resident Evil 3. Also Mega Man X6. So before we go ahead and play with them, we're going to relaunch our config text file. So reload HENkaku text. So that's all we need to do in here. So let's test the game. Resident Evil 3, you can see the icon is pretty cool. So it's starting, you can see the game, it's working, pretty cool. Let's launch Bloody Roar 2. As you can see, it's starting and it's working, guys. This is amazing. Mortal Kombat 4. PlayStation 1 games from the live area. Gonna get more exciting. Now we can show off our PlayStation Vita. We can have any emulator, any PlayStation 1 games. And remember, these games also have sound. I just couldn't put it in here. So guys, if it helped, remember to hit like, comment. Did it work for you? Let me know. Do you guys need help? I'll try to get to you guys. Subscribe, share with your friends. As always, Gamer Rebirth out.